This is the story of Jack. Jack was diagnosed with EPM approximately a year ago and had significant atrophy of his right hip, more so than his left. He had trouble with hip stability and working in a tight circle, especially to the right. As you can see from our day one video, he doesn't seem to struggle too much when he is walking, but as he starts to trot, he has a hard time and will often drag his toe, and he drags his toe bilaterally, meaning with both legs. He also will tend to circumduct his leg, which means that he will bring it out to the side to bring it around, especially his right leg. With the video that you're watching right now, he does not clear his leg as well in the beginning of his treatment as he did at day 30. When we watch him on a circle, watch the white hind foot as he swings it out to the side. I believe this brings a lot of stress and strain further up the leg, up into his hip, because that is where he stayed sore. The circumduction gait is very noticeable when he circles to the left more so than to the right. Both the circumduction gait and the dragging of the toes can be from weakness in the hip and lack of stability in the pelvis. So as we started working through Jack's treatment, we used PEMF to help stimulate the nerves and the muscles of his hips. And we did this 2 to 3 times per week at a minimum. You can see that we have muscle activation and nerve stimulation in the PEMF treatments. We also utilized what's called the Eagle Pro 6, which is a system of elastic bands to help improve their proprioception, and we used this with bidding him back to help him with collection, because that was a very hard thing for Jack to do, was to move forward with collection and use his hind quarters. He often got a little playful when we would ask him to lope when he was working in the Pro 6. But he would try to work even though sometimes it was difficult. Jack is a very sweet horse, and as his training progressed throughout the 30 days, we did various drills such as the all rights barrel drill and all lefts barrel drill. And as you can see from the video, sometimes he has difficulty maintaining collection as we get into a smaller turn, asking him to use his hind end to propel himself up in the turn. So we would usually work a smaller turn at a trot, then go out into a bigger circle to get him loping and bring him in as he could tolerate, trying to get him to lope and maintain forward motion while also maintaining collection. As he got stronger, we would work on getting the circle smaller. He also would typically have a hard time stopping and would usually stop more on his front end than using his hind end. This was a work in progress as we progressed through the 30 days of training. Again, you can see in the video sometimes where he does the circumduction gait with his hind legs. He does it a little bit bilaterally, but more so on the right hind than the left hind. When we went to the all lefts barrel drill, it was much easier for Jack to make a left hand turn because his left hip was significantly stronger than his right. So for Jack, when he does return to the barrel pattern, we would want him to continue to go to the right barrel first so that he only has one right turn and he would have two left turns, since those are quite a bit easier for him to do. Usually I would keep him in close until I felt like he flexed in his rib cage and flexed vertically while maintaining forward motion. And once I got that feel, his release was to be able to go out to a bigger circle, and then we'd kick up into a lope and bring him in so that he could work a little harder and a little bit smaller turn. Once I felt confident he was able to maintain that forward motion, then we would go out after we had finished the turn. Jack did gain muscle definition while he was with us, but it was not significant. And oftentimes, as you may know, if you have an EPM horse, the changes with EPM horses are very gradual over time. This is more of a marathon than it is a sprint. We worked continuously on keeping Jack flexible, where he would work on his shoulder movements. So we would do figure eights with counter arcing. Then we would work up into a lope, and we would lope big circle, then come down into a smaller circle when he was ready. Again, trying to maintain collection and forward motion. The video you're watching right now is at day 30. The nice part about having horses as inpatients and my riding them is I can feel the differences with them as they progress through their training and their rehab. And I can try various exercises with them and see how they tolerate it while I monitor their soreness and their reaction, with the goal of them discharging to home with a very specific home program and a plan for what needs to happen next with them. In this video, I'm using the fence to do fence work to help him work on changes of direction, trying to maintain use of his hindquarters in a smaller, tighter turn. He is not ready to do this at a lope, and so we only did this at a trot. This is a great drill for horses to use their hind end and push out of their turn. As they get stronger, it also is great for working on leads and powering out of their turn. It also helps quicken their feet. Here we are going to the right. We're in a counter arc at the moment, and then a right hand turn. This was often how I would warm Jack up, getting those shoulders freed up, working on collection and getting him to use his hind end. Again, Jack struggles more to the right, but he continued to progress throughout his 30 days here at our ranch. He's a very sweet horse and very kind and tries very hard to do what is asked of him. As we watch the slow motion videos and we compare day 1 to day 30, you will see that Jack tends to drag his toes worse on the right side at day 1, and I feel like he is able to pick up his right hind, or the hind foot that has the white sock, better in day 30. It's a very subtle change, but I do feel like he was able to progress in his gait quality. I could also feel the change in him as I rode him, and he was able to propel himself better throughout the month. As you watch him in this slow motion video, again, watch that whip of that white hind leg out to the side, and then watch those toes as they drag. He'll usually stub it right before it lands as he's pulling it forward. He also drags it a little bit as he lifts it, and again, that can be weakness of the opposite hind leg, as that's the support leg. And if there's weakness in the opposite hip, he will drag the toe. He also has weakness in bringing that forward, so that's why he has to swing it out to the side. Jack is progressing, but he will still need more rehab as he is making a full recovery, which we hope he does. We appreciate you watching. Make sure you subscribe.